The CFL Gambling Podcast Week 11 preview, picks, and DFS episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Welcome to the CFL Gambling Podcast Week 11. Yes, we are rocking, and we are. Well, we are the home of the huge tits parlay. We are the home of the huge tits parlay. We are live, right? 10 weeks in, here we are, youtube.com/the college experience as my camera flashes yet again. And no matter what I do, I swear I'm getting hacked. All right. These people everyone around the world wants to know about these huge tits parlays we're giving out, but youtube.com/@CFL Gambling Pod, also on Twitter @CFL Gambling Pod. As this journey continues, you're probably, I'm excited to talk about this upcoming week. I feel like I got a pretty good DFS lineup, but got to recap first. We got to recap, and people are probably wondering who the hell they're listening to, and that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh boy, 10 weeks in the book. That was the best week yet, by the way. As far as good games, best week yet. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the Old Fashioned Football Podcast, which you need to check out. Give it up for Justin Mark, aka No Turning Back Jmark. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Yeah. Old Fashioned Football. We had two guests, and we kind of not stumbled upon, we all knew, but we all have one thing in common, and that's that we share you as a co-host. Had Moneyline and CJ on. So that was fun. Shout out to Kirk in the chat. Told y'all Cody Fajardo had Montreal, although it wasn't super graceful. But yeah, you did tell us. And also shout out to J-Man, who's playing this at parties for 30 of his friends and 10 coaches and players.
We got to start right there. Hold on. You know what? I'm loading it up. Hang on one second here. This fucking guy.
You want it. I got it pulled up.
Yeah. Okay. So look, we released Week 10's preview, and we got a comment. If you could read that, J-Mark.
Yeah, so this is from Jman87. Brutal. Way too much swearing, negative tone, just not professional overall. You can still be informative and interesting without sounding like complete trash. You both lack class. I say this respectively, as we had about 30 guys at a party alongside another 10 current players and coaches, and you guys just missed the spot completely. Clean it up a bit with the potty mouths and stay on track, and you guys will be much better. Your insight has 0 cents and also mocks the league.
I mean, everything that you said, first. Welcome to the party, pal. Wait, I mean, there's so much to unpack here, right? I mean, first, yeah,
motherfucker, I eat everything. I eat the pussy, I eat the butt, I eat every motherfucking thing. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me, so I have to ask you again. So potty mouths, okay.
Yeah, we're potty mouths. We lack class.
Yeah, but
I
never claimed that we had it.
Right. At a party with 30 guys plus 10 coaches and players, current ones, and they decide, hey, you know what would spice this party up? let's throw on the CFL gambling podcast.
This is so great. I'm at a party with 30 people and then 10 players and coaches.
All dudes, by the way.
So 40
dudes.
people at a party watching this stupid fucking show.
Yeah.
This
as
is
one
great
does
content.
at a party. I also love the ending. If you clean it up a bit with your potty mouths and stay on track, you guys will be much better. But then says your insight has 0 sense and almost mocks the league.
As you hit a huge tits parlay, right?
You're right. If we don't swear, then we'll be much better, even though our insight lacks no sense or lacks sense. So.
And we did call the Grey Cup winner last year. So, I mean, but I don't need to verify myself because I don't make a show for the players and the coaches because I don't give a fuck. Right. And
gamble anyways.
Guess what? Yeah. I mean, I could honestly give one shit if a coach or player watches this show, likes this show. We do this because we like it. All right. So please fuck off and never listen to us again or listen to us. I truly don't give a shit, but I do appreciate this party. I look, in Canada, they do things different, right? 30 people and then 10 players and coaches. Where is this party at? I want to know more about this party.
Not even 30 people, 30 guys. This was a sausage fest, man.
This is the dumbest fucking comment ever, and I love it. Please tag us in photos. If you at the Colby D on Twitter, if you could send us some photos from this party, we would certainly appreciate this.
You know, Chad Kelly was there, right? He had it, man. It sounds like his type of party.
He's getting his Cosby on, right? Just hilarious. Yeah. Just so you know, if you're listening to this, we don't give a shit if the players or coaches listen to this or like it or don't like it. We do this for us. All right. If you like it, you like it. If not, we are not going to lose any sleep. All right.
Right.
So, and the potty mouth thing, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. I read a study that people that cuss, and talk, with profanity are actually, they say more intelligent. Study out of Oxford, England. So yeah, you can take that bullshit out of here or you can stay in here regardless, but we are going to stay the same. All right. And we'll hopefully give out a little more winners from Pick Dundee's point of view. Cause I know Jmark, I think, has been a lot better than me this year, but don't worry, when my stamps take down that Grey Cup, then he's going to be at a party. Then we'll be at a party with 30 players and coaches, right? To be doing a shit ton of cocaine too. Does that qualify as profanity? Buddy, another great week with the comments and another great week with with the games. We had the BC Lions take down the Hamilton Ticats in overtime. This game was pretty wild. Was this the best game of the weekend? I'm curious what you would say is the best game of the weekend.
Well, I mean, these were some awesome games. I think you got to kind of tie it with Ottawa and Toronto maybe that's just me, Toronto hater, loving the fact that they choked at the end there.
That was ridiculous. That was.
This was a great game. This game was fire. These two teams play each other well. We saw that last time they played. So, yeah. And yeah, I apologize for being a day late. I had we were planned to record yesterday, and then I had to take my son to the emergency room because of an allergic reaction. So, well, we had that. If you're wondering why we're here and there's a game tonight, that's why. But yeah, BC Hamilton was a wild one, and it kind of puts BC back in the mix, man. It does. You were on the right side of this one, by the way.
I am aware.
I was on actually you got a push, didn't you? I was on the wrong side of this one though. I was on Hamilton. We both fell for the over's too obvious. Let's take the under. I think I even talked you into it. My bad.
I think initially I was on the over.
You were.
You then changed my mind.
I did.
Well, I don't got brain man cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
What else were we gonna say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I think this, if you really look at the stats, these teams are very even, obviously, but Nathan Rourke throwing for 100 more yards. He did have the interception there. and they just ran the ball better. James Butler did quite well there, and I think that was the difference. These teams are so similar, right? They are so similar in the fact that they can put up a lot of points. Their offense is really good, but their defenses, they can't stop anybody, and that might be the downfall of them all. But I agree with Apollo. I'm on this train, the Ticat train. Ticats taking it this year.
We have a future. Look, all we need is the Ticats stamps, Grey Cup,
Yeah, golden.
And let me tell you, the profanity that will be coming out of my mouth will be at an all-time high, in a good way. The happier I get, the more profanity comes out. I don't know if you've known me long enough, Jmark, but my wife can attest to this. Yeah, that game was wild. And then on Friday we had the Eskimos come into Montreal, and I ate a pile of shit with this one. But I mean, a 64-yard field goal, by the way. Or no. Wait a second. That was a 6. What was that? A punt? That was a punt, right? For the first point, right? Yeah. Why did I think it was a field goal in my head? Anyway, that ended up being the difference maker, though.
Yeah,
with a 23-22 win for the Eskimos. Are these Eskimos back?
No. I think this was more of, McLeod got hurt, so then you got Caleb Evans coming in there, which, by the way, I know we'll talk about this coming up here, but McLeod Bethel Thompson put on the 6-game injury list. So you're going to see Caleb Evans. They signed Cameron Dukes, who we all know that you kind of like him. I kind of don't. So
anyone that's ever touched an Argos jersey, with the exception of Brian Scott, is a true pile of shit in your book.
And Kadeem Carey, come on. Yeah, I think this was, to me, it felt more like Montreal kind of blowing this game. But credit to Edmonton, who they've had trouble closing, right? They've played some close games, but just had trouble closing. They finally closed one. Is that going to become a pattern? I don't think so from what I've seen, but maybe this is what turns it around. We'll see. But I don't think so.
Yeah. And McLeod Bethel Thompson went on the injured report now, right?
Yeah. 6 games at least.
6 games.
He and Davis Alexander hanging out injured.
That's been the story of the season. These pussy quarterbacks just keep going down left and right. Yeah. I don't know what to deduce from this besides, I think if you're in the East looks so much easier than the West right now. Am I crazy?
No, 100%.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I was trying to do with the slides. I think I just fucked up this whole show right now. How do we go back to, how do we go back to our normal stuff here? YouTube.com/the college experience. There we go. Now this is what I was trying to do, was get our slides ready because I came in unprepared. Yeah. Okay. Then we have the next game. So you taking a flyer on, could you see a path where Montreal still gets to the Grey Cup?
They had the defense for it, but having Caleb Evans and Cam Dukes as their quarterbacks now, I'm going to say no.
And could the Eskimos make the playoffs?
They could, but I don't think this one game that they managed to pull off, I don't think that becomes a pattern. I think, unfortunately, I was high on them, as we know, coming into the preseason, but I do believe that they're cooked. They don't have the right. Maybe it's not the right coach. Maybe it just is going to take him longer to hit the ground running, but it's not there this year.
Yeah. Well, on Saturday we had a doubleheader, and this game was ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous when you look at the stat line from Nick Arbuckle. 32 of 38. That's 6 incompletions. 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the interception happened to be the game sealing interception. Ottawa 46, Toronto 42. Just disgusting defense here. How about a kick return? That was honestly like the real thing here. Shout out to the real kick return, not that NFL, XFL, UFL bullshit. that was a huge play for the Red Blacks. I think that kind of stole the game from them. That kind of gave them the momentum to steal the game from them. I talk shit at halftime, but I stand by my shit talk because Arbuckle did look like Broadway Joe back there.
All right, slow down here.
What your thoughts on this game?
My thoughts are it's a lot easier to go 32 for 38 when you're only averaging 8 yards per attempt. These were not bombs that he was killing nonstop. It was safe plays.
Always looking for some type of silver lining there, right?
Yeah. But no, I mean, Nick Arbuckle blew it at the end there. He was who I thought he was. The kick return, you're absolutely right. It was great to see that. We've talked about it before with the other leagues that have gotten rid of them. It is one of the most or potentially most momentum swinging plays. You cannot get rid of it in football. Unfortunately, I had money on Mr. Janorian Grant to have a kick return touchdown. I was hoping maybe he would be the one that got it because I thought that would be kind of their key to success. Didn't happen, but still love to see it. Speaking of the Argos real quick, is Chad Kelly even coming back? Who knows? He was on a podcast this week saying that he doesn't understand why he's not in the NFL because he could be an NFL starter. So, I mean, I think there's probably a good reason and several lawsuits of why he's not in the NFL, but I don't know about that. Maybe Deshaun Watson, I guess, is still there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about the NFL is like Shedeur Sanders, they kind of bagged him. They're like a good old boys club. You know what I mean? Their owners are all piles of shit. So they've covered up murders. They've covered up other things. So it's like, you know, if you do cross them, yeah, this can happen. I would say quarterback's that one position where pilot, like it's so political.
Yeah.
It's very political. Now, I don't know that. I don't think he could start in the, I mean, actually he could start in the NFL because there's been some shitty quarterbacks, but now I will say, I think he's good enough to be on an NFL roster. I do believe that. Or at least prior to the injury.
Right.
That position reminds me of like the NBA 12th man, where a lot of your second and third string quarterbacks are kept on the team almost as like an assistant coach.
Yeah.
So I've always had a hard time understanding that. And we talk about it in the UFL and stuff where like, I'm like Bryce Perkins. I truly believe Bryce Perkins is better than like half of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Not
like
starting quarterbacks, half the quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a guy like Case Keenum that's on the Bears. He's only there so that he can help with coaching. They don't think like, oh, this guy could win games for us, you know?
Yeah. Like to me, like I think Vernon Adams is better than Case Keenum right now. I believe that. 100%. Yeah, I believe that, but it's just the politics of that's really the only position maybe in the league. I mean, maybe kicker, I don't know, but that I think you actually don't have the best, you know, with 80 quarterbacks in the league. I don't buy that. But yeah,
some of these guys are fragile. You don't want to bring in competition to where that could push them. That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and look, Chad Kelly probably pissed off the powers. All right. And he's being blackballed. I would not fucking. I see what they did to Shedeur Sanders. Look, I watch football. I would say more than the average human. And Shedeur Sanders was very, very good. And for him to go that late, like having Dylan Gabriel go before him, I'm just like, yeah, okay. I get what's going on here. What's going on here. You know what I mean?
Chad Kelly probably at a party listening to this right now. Fuck you, Chad Kelly. But no, I mean,
he's probably at that party.
Right.
He's at that party. Yeah.
You want to talk about Nick Arbuckle? How about Drew Brown? 26 for 31, a 12-yard attempt average, 373 yards, 5
Justin
touchdowns.
Hardy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Your boy.
Oh yeah. Now let me tell you something, man. I don't know. I can't recall. I'm sure there's proof out there. I just have to do a deep dive. I can't recall I thought the defensive flip from last year's Argo team, which I was just consistently blown away by, to how bad they are this year. Has there ever been a worse year-to-year flip defensively? Honestly, watching that game, you know, I was messaging you or whatever, and I was just like, it was just the easiest drive down there. You know what I mean? I was just like, come on, you fucking losers, right? Like play some defense. For whatever reason, Toronto has just been so bad. I think they're the worst defensive team in this league, personally.
Well, if you flip back to our preseason episode, you will see that I pointed out that they lost their whole defensive line, basically. They let them go. They lost a good part of their defensive backfield. You can't just throw other players in and hope it replaces production if you don't know. Yeah, it's great to give younger guys an opportunity, but that doesn't mean they're just going to assume that production. And that was one of my biggest things with them, is that I did think that their defense would struggle. And they absolutely have. You're right. And I can't remember a bigger switch. Maybe if you think about NFL with an Urlacher left, maybe that's what a big switch that I can think of. But with CFL, I can't think of such a big flop compared to being so good last year.
But the irony is this. So I'm looking at their numbers right now, like the whole league's defensive numbers. The Eskimos are by far the worst defense, giving up 404 yards per game. Which, I mean, the Argos are giving up 366. So in that, but the Argos are giving up the most points in the league, 32.4 points per game, and the most yardage. Or I'm sorry, the most rush yards.
Mm-hmm.
They're just an easy team to run on. They've given up over 1,000 rushing yards. Hey, blueprint for the rest of the league. Try handing the ball off.
Run the damn ball.
The final game was a wild one. Stamps make it 3 in a row.
Unbelievable.
Oh man, we thought the Bombers. You thought it was over when they made that field goal, right?
Of course.
Yeah. 28-27. The Stamps get it done. Magic. And that was they were up 17-0, was it? 17-0, something like that.
Something, yeah, they were up pretty decent.
Yeah.
10-0 at the end of the first quarter. I know that much.
Yeah. I think it was 17-0 if memory serves me correct. But my Stamps keep rolling. Let's go. What's our wins and losses right now for the Stamps? 6. One more win, and we are home, baby.
We got this. The easiest bet of the century. I feel
unbelievable. How are we not employed as general managers? All right. I mean, come on. I disagree with you, Ray, man. I think Shedeur Sanders. Now I will say, okay, was he a jackass perhaps in team meetings and stuff? Maybe there's some validity to that, but I will just say on field production, here's why it's not consistent, buddy. Is okay. He might've been an asshole in the meetings. He might've said, yeah, I didn't study the tapes, but when you put the tape on, he was always super efficient, way better than I thought he would be in college football. So, and this is a league that also will draft a slew of players that have done some very shady shit in the background, like in their history. I remember Joe Mixon punched a fucking chick, right? And was he a second round draft pick, right? Like there's a bunch of examples of this. So it's just not consistent with what the league has traditionally done. So that's where I find it to be a complete sand job. Like they wanted him to be embarrassed by this. Right.
Maybe it was to send a message. I do think there was something to do with his total yardage versus air yardage. I mean, lot of his big plays were short screens, slants that the receivers made the plays with him. But I mean,
he's super accurate though, man.
Yeah, you still got to make those throws. I get that. Yeah.
For college football, to me, I was blown away by his accuracy, and to be honest, I was kind of blown away by his leadership. I thought with the game on the line in big moments, he delivered for the most part. And look, I did not think he was going to. So, but you can't tell me 5th round fucking draft pick. You can't tell me Dylan Gabriel, one read offense his whole fucking career, right? You cannot tell me that's a better pick than Shedeur Sanders at that point. So. Now, maybe from a distraction point of view, and like I said, the quarterback is a political position, so maybe that's the real reasoning. But I mean, we've seen a lot of questionable picks where they have, and that quarterback included, by the way. You know what I mean? So
By the way, Underdog Fantasy, I gave it out earlier this year, but they have Shadur Sanders higher or lower than 2.5 games. I said smash the higher. It's up to 3.5. I still like it. The
Starts?
Browns, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Browns are shit right now. What do they have to lose? I feel like we're going to see all those quarterbacks, and Shadur probably. I mean, not probably. He does give them the best chance because of his flash ability. So get on over to
Sells
Underdog Fantasy and
tickets.
smash that right now.
Sells tickets. So yeah. Shout out to Nick in the chat. What's up, brother? All right, let's get to this week's actually because we got a game tonight. Like once again, sorry that the show is so late, but we still got it in. All right, week 11, game 1 tonight, live from Winnipeg, Manitoba. The Ottawa Red Blacks taking on these Bombers. Totals at 52.5. Winnipeg won the last time they played on, I think it was July 4th or 5th, 25-16. Ottawa, have they found something with Bob Dice in their sissy ways? Winnipeg's laying 4.5. The over-under's at 52.5. I'm all over these Bombers here. The Heartbreak Hotel, they're too much of a veteran team. I think this is the best play this week, by the way. I'm going to lay 4.5, and may they bomb on. As far as the total, give me the over, I guess. What are you doing here?
Looking at our season records, I get a little nervous when I agree with you. No offense.
Yeah, I feel like the weeks that we've agreed a lot too have been horrible.
Yeah, no, 100%. But I can't argue with you on this one. This feels like Ottawa their offense looked good, but it was against a bad defense, right? And we have not seen consistency from them. They've now beat just 2 teams in their 3 wins. Twice it was Calgary, one of those times with PJ Walker. I don't think they have the consistency. I don't think Drew Brown has the consistency to put up another game like that right after he just did it. I feel like they're going to be coming off this high. We had this great win where we came back. We got it in the end. Our defense made the play. We ended up winning. And now it all just comes crashing back down when you face the Bombers, who, again, coming off of a loss, they're very good. They need to put some more wins together here to stay competitive. And it feels too easy, which scares me a little bit. But yeah, give me Winnipeg in the points here. Should be. I mean, it opened as a 6.5 point spread, I believe. I think that's more accurate. 7 points seems more like what this game should be graded at.
Yeah, I agree. Folks, what to tell you, the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you. We are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Download the SGPN app for all of our picks and podcasts, all for free in one convenient place. Yes, SGPN app, wherever you get your apps. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, all the summer sports. Obviously, we bet the hell out of the CFL, MLB. WNBA, been betting on those dildo colors. Having a hard time on the dildo color front, Jmark. Fucking turquoise. Golf, racing, horse racing. Always love betting the ponies. And of course, college football and NFL futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. And when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Of course, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, Rhythm's power trends are now called smart signals, and they continue to crush it. These are AI detected patterns where Rhythm's model is consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability clear a certain range. Smart signals are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data back bets, baby. And the MLB smart signals are crushing it. Mike Trout, Giancarlo Stanton are a combined 14-0 on smart signals, recommending their unders. And the WNBA smart signals 97 and 65 in July with a 15.64% ROI. Woo! They're cooking. Download the Rhythm app, check out smart signals, and start betting smarter. You know damn well we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. We are agreeing. What'd you do on the total on this?
I like the over as well. I think Ottawa will be able to put up some offense, but I really think this is all about Winnipeg kind of putting their foot on the gas and keeping it there all game.
Yeah, there we go. All right, let's jump to Friday's action. As the Argos head into Edmonton to take on the Eskimos, Commonwealth Stadium, where last time they played, the Eskimos did win 31-30. I will you think these Argos are live here because of that revenge spot. It was over a year ago when they played. But or exactly a year ago, last October. Man, the Argos have cost me a lot of money this year. But going back to that train. Look, I still don't buy into this Eskimos nonsense. All right. I don't think their coach is very good. I think this Toronto Argonaut team found something on offense. I think they're a little motivated to win. I don't think they're dead yet. I know you're saying they're dead already. Dinwiddie magic happens in Alberta. I am taking these Argos and I am taking them on the motherfucking money line. And I will also take the over 54.5. What are you doing here?
Now, usually you pick the Argos week in and week out, and I shame you for it. Like, what the fuck? Are you learning nothing from watching these games? Come on. You have too much faith in them. I'm not doing that this week. And unfortunately, here I am again, feeling a little uneasy that we're agreeing 2 for 2 now. But so Edmonton squeaks out this win that Montreal kind of blows with their third string quarterback in the game, by the way. And now they deserve to be 3-point favorites. Get the fuck out of here. That's ridiculous. Yeah. At the best, this line should be a pick 'em, not a 3-point favorite for Edmonton. I think Toronto is a better coached team. As much as I don't like Dinwiddie, I do think they're a better coached team. And yeah, I 100% agree with you. Give me the money line for Toronto. They're going to win this game. These teams are two of the worst teams in the league. But Toronto, because of last year winning the Grey Cup, they are the more desperate team. They have to prove that, like, hey, we can stick around. And I think they're going to be able to do that. So, yeah, give me Toronto money line. And neither of these defenses can really stop anybody. Now, there is a lot of Toronto players that are now Edmonton Eskimos on the defense. So maybe their defense can crack down a little bit because, like, hey, we know these guys. We can stop them and slow them. But overall, I agree with you. I think Toronto's offense has not been the problem. They have been cooking. So give me the over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
You're not going to turn off the offenses here because these things are going to be rolling. Yeah, we're agreeing too much, man. I didn't know you copied my picks. Saturday, we got a doubleheader again, so no Sunday action in the CFL. The Ticats are heading into the Wales Regina to take on the Rough Riders. All right, I've had it with this Rough Rider nonsense. 7-1. Ticats lose a heartbreak game. A little concerned about the finesse of these Ticats, but they're my boys. So I will continue to be on the dog train. Ticats cover the 3.5, especially because they're going to win it outright. I will take the under 54.5 in this one though. But I'm on the Ticats money line. Let's go.
If this goes over, then it's because the Rough Riders didn't slow the Ticats and the Ticats will win. So I think the over is the play if you like the Ticats, but finally we disagree. I like the under because I do think Saskatchewan slows them. I think that they can run the ball easily on them. I wish my DFS had worked out to have either of these running backs, honestly. But mainly to have AJ Ouellette. I think he's going to be able to run the ball on Hamilton. Didn't work out that way, spoiler alert. But yeah, give me Saskatchewan to cover this. I think that they want to prove like we're not going to lose to these teams that we shouldn't lose to. And they shouldn't lose to Hamilton, despite the fact that Hamilton has been really good. We've seen this defense. Corey Mace, for whatever reason, it seems like when he faces up against good defenses, their team seems to do really well. When he faces against bad defenses, they don't do well. So you would think they would not do well on this one, but I'm rolling the dice here with Saskatchewan. I think they want to put their foot down and say, I keep hearing that Hamilton and us are the two best teams. We want to put the kibosh on that and say we're the best.
All right. We're disagreeing here. All right. I like this. And the doubleheader has the nightcap, the Alouettes heading to Vancouver, to filthy TD Place. Take on these BC Lions. I don't know how you get behind the Alouettes going cross country right now. I looked for reasons to take the Alouettes, and I just can't get there. I know it was BC won 21-20 in that crazy game, like right around July 4th. I forget what day it was. But Montreal's they're so beat up. I have no confidence in this. I have to go chalk. This seems so fucking obvious. But give me BC minus the points. I'll take the under 51.5. Don't love it, but yeah, that's what I'm doing here. What are you doing here?
I like it. I actually grabbed this earlier because I thought with McLeod Bethel Thompson even that BC would win this game easily. They were 4.5-point favorites then. They jumped to 7 when the news came out that it would be Caleb Evans. I don't think that's enough points to jump up when you go from McLeod Bethel Thompson to Caleb Evans. Caleb Evans, I think, is one of those guys that he's a good backup. He helps get the team ready each week, right? But he's not somebody you want taking your starting snaps. If he gets hurt, then you turn it over to Cam Dukes, who's been with the team for 4 days. I don't think that's going to go well either, except he'll probably just run for his life. That's what he tends to do. But yeah, this I think Nathan Rourke is ready to show like there's a reason I'm the highest paid player in the CFL. I think he's going to continue to put up some big numbers, even though it is against a Montreal defense that they need to play well. But like you said, there's just too many injuries with McLeod. Tyson Philpott is out again. Just a slew of guys that are out. Give me BC to rout them. 7's not enough points. And I kind of like the over on this. I think that, well, I don't know if Montreal's going to score that much. Give me the under, actually. I don't think Montreal can score enough.
So we agree on 3 of the 4 games. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
You can finally have a great week like I've been having. Come on.
All right, folks. We will get next to our next segment, but before I do that, I want to let you know that the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. The world's greatest sportsbook, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You cannot call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Come hang out with SGPN at Circa Contest Weekend at the Circa in Las Vegas there, August 21st to August 23rd. Also, my other show, the College Football Experience, will be doing live shows regarding all the week 0 college football games. I think we have 8 of them. We're going to go in depth on every single college football game. And obviously we got the big one, the Farmageddon matchup there in Dublin of all places. Stupid fucking European game. But it's a great rivalry. So I am excited about that game. I just think they're killing me with putting a conference game on in Europe, essentially, like, especially in the Big 12 where like every game really does matter. But it's an amazing week of live shows out there in Vegas and open bars. Plus, we're going to get you 15% off your stay at Circa with the promo code SGP15. So do that. And yeah, look, the contests are open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use that promo code SGP to get $50 off those proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long. Giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. Underdog also is a great place to play pick'em as well. You can win up to 500 times the amount of money you enter. So sign up over there with our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. And CFL week 11.
It's a small world when you've got unbelievable tits, right?
That's what they say. It is time for the huge tits parlay. And pick Dundee's huge tits parlay of the week. Sponsored by Pamela Anderson, who, that was her a while ago. Anyway, huge tits parlay of the week for Pick Dundee is Ticats, Moneyline, Argos, Moneyline, and the Bombers, ATS, $50, we're going to $562. Cha-ching! Huge tits parlays for everybody. Now, Jmark, I know you disagree with mine, even though it will cash. This will be my first huge tits parlay cashed all year. I got a good feeling about this one. No turning back now, because no turn Jmark. Huge tits parlay of the week. BC Lions, Toronto Argonauts, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I believe the Argos is the money line play.
Yeah.
The rest are ATS. $50. We'll get you $410. Huge tits for everybody. Yeah, how do you feel about it, buddy?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever paid attention to your no turn that you put on there for me, the zero turn. I don't know how you turn that fucking thing. I don't see the little handles for steering, so now I'm
sure
intrigued.
I'm sure it's tucked away.
No, I'm feeling good about it. I mean, we talked about both of us on BC and Winnipeg and the spread, and you're also on Toronto money line. So even though I disagree with yours, out of respect for your football history, I'm going to put some cash on it, of course.
Oh, there we go.
You can't disagree with mine because you agreed with all the picks. So, I mean, what more can I say about it?
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world.
All right. Well, now we can go back to our beautiful faces. It's hard to go from the huge tits to my dumb fucking face. But all right, here we are. Let's get to this DFS portion of the show. Shout out to Bills by a Million. He goes, I know it's the CFL pod, but he just wants a quick comment on the massive donation Kansas just got. That, it's crazy. Well, I mean, I know it's a CFL audience, but if you love college football like myself, one of the best things to watch is the arms race, especially in this day and age where the sport's kind of been gutted by TV execs putting ridiculous geography together in conferences, like UCLA and Rutgers. And I think a lot of people thought that they would just be able to run away with this, the SEC and the Big Ten. And I think for many reasons that won't work. I think, you've seen like Texas Tech, who has one of the richest people on planet Earth, I think right now, and Cody Campbell. He basically has committed. He's a former Texas Tech offensive lineman under Mike Leach. He is committed to basically turning them into a gigantic power. And now with them buying others players, and you see Kansas, one of their rich alums who's a billionaire, says, you know what? Fuck that. We're going in. And it's part of the fun of watching college sports, and it's just capitalism 101. But I thought this would be bound to happen just because winning cures that also. And also the other schools leaving threaten that. You know what I mean? And I think when you put up against it, then all of a sudden you start seeing these rich people that have been, these universities have been around over 100 years. So you have rich people that are connected to these things. Another thing is I don't think you'd be able to split away. I think you hear a lot of podcasts or shows talk about, well, they're going to split off. Well, there's a thing called state laws. I was at media days at ACC media days here in North Carolina, and one of the Charlotte Observer was there, and they asked a question to a coach saying, well, starting next year, their schools, the state tax in North Carolina goes to the universities for their NIL. So there's a thing up for it next year that I think got voted on, like for that to actually go into effect next year. Well, how the fuck are you going to have North Carolina leave but NC State stay because your state law, the same amount of money is allocated to both? I just don't see that happening. Maybe it's some states, but I just don't think you'll be able to successfully navigate all those states to be in unison. So, but yeah, Kansas got $300 million, largest donation in the history of the sport or history of college athletics. So that's some serious fucking money from one donor. Jmark, why are we not in why can't that happen in my life? What happened here?
Right. I would like breaking news. I have just donated $3 to the Iowa Hawkeyes, so that's what I could afford. I don't know.
I will say this, man, and I actually think we should talk about your show, the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. If you like football and you like booze, you should check it out. One of the things that you should key in on, I think, this year, man, is a lot of universities have created their own beers and their own whiskeys.
Yeah.
As a way to help out with their NIL collectives.
Yeah.
And to me, like I was at a North Carolina baseball game, Tar Heels. They have their own shit. And one of the things I noticed was going to some other schools that don't. And I mean, they're behind the eight ball. But West Virginia just introduced their own whiskey and stuff like that. And Rutgers has their Eric Legrand whiskey and stuff. So I definitely think that's something you should look into, because I think I can't believe it took this long for them to think about it. I mean, NIL happened a couple of years ago, and it's like, wait, a college basically starts your own town. You start your own like city.
Right.
You should have your own pizza parlors, bowling alleys should all be going to that. Every little thing, beer, whiskey, parking tickets, should all be going to that. But anyway, I hope that answers. What's that?
I was gonna say, I think the Hawkeyes have Swarm vodka. I got some vodka made by Foundry Distilling in Des Moines here, just north of me. We've had them on our podcast, the two distillers there. So they make better whiskey than vodka, in my opinion, but that's because I'm a whiskey guy. So
if you can find any of that with an Iowa, does it have an Iowa logo on it?
It's got a bird that sort of resembles a hawk. They didn't plaster the Hawkeyes right on it. I don't know why.
I might ask you to send me that, and I'll Venmo you
for sure.
Because I'm trying to build a collection here. I think that'll be cool for the studio. But anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Let's get to CFL DFS. These Canadians are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about here? Eric Legrand whiskey? Well, Google it. All right, it might be better than that. What is it, Crown Royal you're working with?
Yeah.
Or Seagram's. All right.
Not a Crown guy. Gotta tell you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to turn it down, but
I will.
I really,
I've been told this a couple times now from some people, family, friends, that have become a bit of a whiskey snob. And yeah, I will turn Crown Royal down. There's a lot of things that I won't turn down, but Crown Royal, no, I'll pass.
Weird.
Yeah.
I think I just lost all respect from you. So I guess
much
you
better Canadian whiskeys than Crown Royal.
I guess you won't be sending me that vodka, right? I'll be honest. I don't really turn down anything. If I had to draw the line on what I would turn down, it would probably be champagne.
Fair.
Champagne is a horrible invention, in my opinion. Like champagne, of course. What was it? The French? Who invented that? The Italians? I don't know who the hell created champagne, but it's under review. I think that's a terrible concoction. Let's get to this DFS front, because no one gives a fuck about us. But I'm doing this for the party, for that party, that weekly party that's happening with the coaches.
I'm going to get some heat for crushing their Crown Royal.
I'm hoping someone's drinking champagne right now, where they're listening to it at the party, and they realize that they're a complete pussy, right? Right, and then everyone starts looking at them at the party, being like, "This pussy."
Yep.
Where are we at here? DFS. What did you think of the slate? Obviously, my DFS roster is cooked because there's no stamps playing this week. But what'd you make of the whole board?
Yeah, no, I loved my lineup after it came together. You always get worried when you put too many players from one game in one, but that's how I feel about this game. And so I have 4 of my 7 players are playing in the Edmonton-Toronto game. I won't say who's who yet, but 4 of them from that game. You're relying on 2 really shitty teams, but I'm fading the defenses is what I'm doing there.
Yeah, and I'll start right there, because my quarterback is in that very game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We have the same.
Well, it's a tostada. I'm going Fajardo.
Yep.
All right. 80 or 9,200. Toronto's defense. We just talked about it for 10 minutes. It's really terrible. And I am surprised you hate Ryan Dinwiddie. Surprised, because he's a former Boise State quarterback, and I thought you were a Boise fan. But
I am.
Obviously, you don't donate to their collective.
And he's a drunk, and I'm a whiskey fan. I mean, come on. There's a lot of but I don't think he makes the best decisions for his team.
But he makes the best decisions at the bar, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He's a drunk. He's saying it in a negative connotation. Unfucking believable, right? This guy of course he's a drunk. He lived in fucking Idaho. Right? I never met anyone in Idaho who wasn't a drunk. So we both have Fajardo at the running back spot. Do we both roster AJ Alouette?
I didn't. I couldn't afford him.
Ooh.
I think it's a great play though.
Okay. All right. Well, who's your running back?
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it. Hey, league, how do you beat Toronto? Even though we both think Toronto's going to win, but how do you beat them? You run the fucking ball. Yeah. And Justin Rankin has put up some pretty good games recently, and he's getting involved in the passing game. I hit on that last week when I said I like this guy because he's catching passes. He had 4 catches for 88 yards last week, 0 rushing attempts. That's a little concerning, but I think they're going to look at Toronto and they're going to go, well, let's run the ball on them. So yeah, give me Justin Rankin. And the thing I like about he and Cody Fajardo is their pricing. I mean, Fajardo, 9,200, one of the cheaper quarterbacks, despite the fact that he's putting up 20 some points a game. And then Rankin, 7,900, and he's averaging 15.1 a game. So he's in kind of that cheaper range for guys that are putting up good points.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes, I love how he didn't get a rush.
Right. But 4 catches for 88 yards.
That's true. That is true. But I just love the fact, you know what? I want this guy. He's a running back and he didn't get a rush.
Bizarre.
Watch Jmark. Jmark's going to come in first place this week.
Yeah.
Wide receiver wise. Well, Justin Hardy is an East Carolina Pirate through and through. And this guy's the best receiver in the league, I think.
He's the best receiver in the league when Drew Brown is at quarterback.
Fair.
That the Drew Brown's health is a huge part of that, but Drew Brown is healthy right now. I got him on my roster too. He's $9,000.
Oh, there we go.
He's my most expensive wide receiver. But yeah, how can you not? 32.6 points. That was coming off 22.2. He scores 22.2, has 2 touchdowns. You think, well, they're going to key on him next week. He gets another 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. You got to put him on your roster. You got to.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
Free cash out there on that. Take his, by the way, take him for first touchdown, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
I was looking at it. What the hell was the odds? I saw it earlier. My next wideout. I'm going to the Toronto Edmonton game. This guy had 6 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown last week. I'm talking about Brissett. Why can't I think of his first name right now?
It's
Dijon. Yeah,
like the mustard.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we think there's going to be a ton of offense in this game, and I think Toronto found something offensively. I think their only way to win, by the way, is to be super, super aggressive on offense. If they're conservative, that game is over. So get me wideouts for Toronto. And I actually thought about doing Arbuckle too, man. So, but yeah. Anyway, did you roster Brissett?
I did. Again, this week we're agreeing way too much. What could go wrong? I mean, he'd been having pretty average games, and then he popped off for 20 points after 6 catches, 89 yards, a touchdown. You might think that's kind of an outlier, but I think it's more of Arbuckle's like, oh, I can trust this dude, and we can move the ball down the field well. And I think he's going to have a similar stat line. I can see him getting 6-7 catches, 80 to 90 yards again, and then if he gets in the end zone, it's definitely a win for us because he's only $5,400. So really, when you're looking at that price point, 6-7 catches, 80 yards, that's a great stat line. You add the touchdown on top of it, it's a killer stat line.
100%, man. And then, yeah. I mean, You just want action in that game. You know what I mean? You just want action in that game. My next wideout, and I wonder if you have him as well. He had 8 catches for 159 yards last week, but didn't score a touchdown, and that's why I think we load up on him. I know the defense he's going with or against is solid, but they're going to be on the field all day, and the dam's going to break. So I am going with good old Justin McGinnis of the British Columbia Lions there. So let's go. Did you roster him?
I did not.
Thankfully.
I was like, which is a good thing. We need some disagreement here. I'm going to go with the guy that scored 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. He's 8,200. I still think it's underpriced when you look at the fact that his last 3 games, stat lines, 14 for 138, 2 touchdowns, 7 for 138, 1 touchdown. Quieted a little last week with 5 catches, 46 yards, a touchdown. That's Keandre Smith of the Ticats going against Saskatchewan, which is a great defense, but I think they're going to be playing from behind that whole damn game. And so they're going to have to pass the ball. And, you can't just stop Smith. You have to stop Kenny Lawler. You have to stop Tim White. That's the reason he's open all the time. So yeah, give me Keandre Smith. Also very good after the catch. He does a lot of those quick little slant routes, catches the ball, and turns it into 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Okay. So finally our lineups differ. I only have one guy left besides my defense, and that is out there in Winnipeg playing tonight. This is a guy I told you I was high on him at Houston Baptist before he went to Western Kentucky, but Jareth Stearns. I know he only had 3 catches last week, but he had a 23-yard touchdown, I believe, if memory serves me correct, or he scored.
Yeah, he scored. Yep.
Yeah, but this is a guy though that has had. You go back the previous couple weeks, 8 targets the first week of August. 7 targets the last week of July, 9 targets the July 4th weekend. So like they like targeting him, and I think he's going to continue to be. I think he's like the future of that team receiver wise. To tell you the truth, I think he's going to be there for a few years. Jareth Stearns is my play there. He is only 5,700. So let's go roster.
Good play. I had him last week. I do not have him this week, but I can't argue with that play. It's a good one. I'm going with a little revenge angle. Now, if you're doing the math at home, I said I had 4 players from the Edmonton-Toronto game. I've only given 3 out. Who's the 4th one? Facing his old team, Curly Gittens Jr., who had 5 catches, 50 yards last week. He had 5 catches, 61 the week before. I think that they're starting to build that trust. He's starting to get on a better pace here. And again, when we face your old team, they want to get him going. They want to give him that kind of that good feeling of like, hey, you scored a touchdown against your old team. They should have kept you. It kind of rubs it in their face. So yeah, give me Curly Gittens Jr., only 6,700.
Excuse me, what's the story behind this pending paternity suit against you?
Oh, that's not a case at all. The woman's a stone-faced liar. Let's not even talk about that. I pulled out her really early on that one. Sorry. Thanks for coming.
Is that Chad Kelly?
So you're down to defense, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. I mean, we have to have the same defense because it's easy money right now. The BC Lions at 3,600. It's just if you're not rostering that, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you need a reminder, Montreal's on their 3rd string quarterback, who's not necessarily, he's kind of their goal line rusher. So yeah, have fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was down at 3,600, so it was them or the Elks. What am I going to be, an asshole and take the Elks? No.
Who are the Elks? My
bad.
Yeah,
it's like the Commanders.
I don't know who the Elks are. Is that Will Ferrell movie? Anyway, folks, we are done, and I'm gonna beat Jmark's ass on the picks this week because we only had 1 game different. All right, we're getting it done. Shout out to those attending that party, and fuck you very much. Look, give Jmark a follow on Twitter at Jmark Football. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D, the College Football Experience. The CFL Gambling Podcast is on Twitter at CFL Gambling Pod. Check out the College Football Experience. Is what I was trying to say, and check out the Old Fashioned Football Podcast and the Sports Gambling Podcast. Looking forward to tonight's game. I mean, I actually think that's the best bet. What's your favorite play of the whole weekend? From a non-DFS point of view, I think it's this Winnipeg game tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that this is a must win for them, and I think they are the far better team.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, folks. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Check out Jmark's shit. Give him a follow on Twitter at Jmark Football. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The CFL Gambling Podcast is on Twitter at CFL Gambling Pod, and we are the home of the huge tits parlay. Tell a friend. Till next time. This is the CFL Gambling Podcast, Week 11 style. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.